And we are live. Hello, hello, hello. I am so excited to join you guys today. I've got a few things that I want to share with you. I've got a grocery haul, I have some news and updates, and I have some happy mail. And I see my first person over there is Ari and says, yay, I made it on time. And yes, you did. You're the first person to leave a comment, and I am so glad you're here. I just wanted to come on with a small grocery haul to show you guys what I needed to get for this week. I picked up most of the things that I need for Christmas already, but I did need to pick up my Christmas ham because they weren't on sale yet. So I picked up this Christmas ham yesterday at Kroger, and then the package is a little moist, which is why I had it sitting in the bag. But it is a spiral sliced honey ham, fully cooked, and I like to get the spiral sliced. And I do want you guys to know that right now, Kroger's has these honey hams on sale for 89 cents a pound. So this ham would have been $37.83, but because of the sale at 89 cents a pound, I got it for $9.65. So now I'm going to set this over here out of the way, kind of down in the sink, and rinse my hands just a little bit because, like I said, that was kind of moist. So I want to get that wiped up. And then I'm going to be cooking that ham for a progressive dinner on Saturday, but that's news for later. So I'll talk about that in just a minute, but I'll show you what else I picked up. So one of the things that I do make for my Christmas dinner is wassail, a wassail bowl. And in case you're wondering what wassail is, it's like a spiced apple cider punch. And they used to make it like back in medieval times. They would make it to celebrate the harvest. And they would make this huge pot of punch that would be made over an open fire. And then they would like pass a cup around and people would drink from that to celebrate the harvest. So I first learned about it like when I read Charles Dickens's stories. They always talked about gathering around the wassail bowl. So I make a wassail bowl every Thanksgiving and Christmas, and I always buy some apple cider for that. I did make wassail at Thanksgiving time, and I bought pineapple juice, and we used it at that time. But I remembered that I do have some pineapple juice in the freezer because the last time I made pineapple juice I needed pineapple juice for something else. I didn't use it all. So I set it aside in the freezer. So I've got my apple cider and pineapple juice in the freezer to make my wassail bowl. And then, of course, I always need a little bit of orange juice. So I bought some orange juice for breakfast as well as to go in the wassail bowl. And for those of you that are jumping on, I see the chat is hopping. I can't see who's here from across the room. So once I get this quick grocery haul done, I'll come over and take a seat, and then I can chat. And I see somebody sent me a super chat. Thank you so much. I'll have to see who that is in just a minute. Kroger's also have these International Delight coffee creamers on sale. Now, you guys know I love the caramel macchiato. Sometimes I'll get the Hershey caramel chocolate. But my daughter likes the French vanilla, and she's going to be here for Christmas. So I went ahead and bought this bottle for her. And then if there's some of this left over where it's not my preference, I will use it. But I have also got some chocolate syrup and caramel syrup that I can put in it to make it like that caramel macchiato kind of thing. So got these 2 bottles of creamer for coffee and also hot chocolate. I have to tell you guys, putting some of that creamer in hot chocolate is just amazing. So I've been drinking lots of hot chocolate, which is why I need to get another carton. My husband likes hot chocolate and tea. He doesn't drink coffee. And hot chocolate has just been tasting so good lately. So I had to get another carton of that. And like I said, we will have hot chocolate with the caramel macchiato. And I got just a little bit of a hot chocolate bar going over there. I don't know if you can see it with the groceries in front of it. What else did I get? Well, we were out of milk. So I like this silk coconut milk. So I picked up a carton of that. And then I like to have what my husband teasingly calls nuts and berries for breakfast. Well, I used my Chobani fat-free Greek yogurt as the base. And then I'll put strawberries and blueberries and some pecans on top of that. Sometimes granola if I've got some. And he calls that nuts and berries. So I needed some yogurt for my nuts and berries. Then I also picked up some berries, but I think they're back there. So I'll get those out in just a minute. And then some sour cream for baking and making for the Christmas holiday. So get some of that. And then I wanted to make some tortilla soup, some chicken tortilla soup for dinner yesterday. So I actually got these groceries yesterday, had planned to do this live grocery haul yesterday, but circumstances just didn't lend itself to me being able to do the live yesterday. By the time I got back with the groceries, it was time to make dinner, and I needed to get that done. And by the time dinner was done, I was tired. So I just kind of called it an early night. But what I got to make dinner was I picked up this rotisserie chicken, and you can see it's been in it already. I cut it in half, and I used half of the rotisserie chicken for the chicken tortilla soup. And I also needed some lime because, you know, you can't have tortilla soup or tacos or that kind of thing. Well, you can, but you probably don't want to without some lime. So I picked up some limes so that I could squirt a lime juice into the soup as well as on top of the soup to serve some lime quarters. Always got to have lemons, especially at holiday time. There's so much that you do with lemons. And I also use the lemons in the wassail bowl, so I got some lemons. And then I needed some cheese, and I like this Mexican cheese. It's like a blend of Monterey Jack, mild cheddar, queso, quesadilla, and then some aserrado cheeses. So they just really make a nice, flavorful mix when you put it on top of chili, tacos, or soup. So I got some of that to make the soup, and let me show you the soup. This chicken tortilla soup was so delicious. Now I'm going to try to bring it around there so that I don't make a mess. I'll bring it around. Let's see. Look up there. It is really nice and hearty. So what I did was I put, like I've got this big bowl of soup. It's got black beans, garbanzo beans, corn, as well as tomatoes in it. And then I sprinkled a big handful of this Mexican cheese on top of that. I also had a little bit of guacamole that I had left, and I put some guacamole on top of that. And we had it with these tortilla chips. Oh my goodness, was it ever delicious. It was really, really good. My husband loved it, and it was nice and hearty. And you know, it's soup season. So I've been making lots of soups. And speaking of that, when I was looking through the fridge to make my grocery list, I came across this. Who remembers when I bought this a few weeks ago, and it's still in there. So I thought I need to use this up. So either I'm going to make some glazed squash with it to go along with that Christmas ham, or I'm going to make some squash soup. We'll see. It's soup season, so I might make some squash soup. But so there's that. I also picked up some grapes. Now, you will note that I went around the perimeter of the store and not too much in the center, because what we really needed more was perishables, because I picked up quite a bit of stuff for the Thanksgiving holiday, and we had been using some of that, but as far as perishables, we were pretty much out. So that's why you see a lot of milk and juice and like the cream cheese and all the cheese and all that kind of thing. And then my husband was watching this video about food and healthy food and what you think is healthy and what's not. So he's like, okay, I just want to try to get back on our healthy food kick. So got these grapes at Kroger, red seedless grapes, and I must admit they were not on sale. The price was not what I would have preferred. but they are good though. But I needed quick things that we could snack on that was healthy. So picked up these grapes. And then apples were ridiculous. Yesterday, apples were 99 cents a pound. I could not believe it. So, whereas for Indiana, the height of apple season is like September, October, maybe moving into November, but pretty much by the time you get into November, the apples have stopped coming on. We have our big Johnny Appleseed fairs and all that kind of stuff in September. Kroger's had Gala apples, 99 cents a pound. That's as low as they've been all season. So they had the Gala apples, 99 cents a pound. So I picked up 6 of those. They had the Granny Smith apples, 99 cents a pound. So I picked up 5 or 6 of those. And then they also had the Fuji apples, 99 cents a pound. And sometimes when I'm in a hurry, I'll just take my apple slicer, which was right there. Where is it? In the dishwasher. I'll just take my apple slicer, put it on top of the apple like so, cut it into 8 quarters, and then I might just have that as maybe a snack for breakfast or something like that. And I got the idea for that when my son would bring his daughters home. He tries to feed them very healthy foods. He always likes to have fresh fruit and things like that as a snack for them. So he was the first one that brought that apple slicer here into our home. And I was like, oh, that's really kind of neat. So much easier than having to peel them and cut them and all that kind of stuff. But like I said, Kroger's has these apples at 99 cents a pound. Now, they do have other apples, other brands that are $2.99 a pound and higher. But the Gala, the Fuji, and the Granny Smith, 99 cents a pound. And I've been using lots of these apples in a salad that I've been eating. So let me move these out of the way. And I got this big container of baby spring mix. And I watched the salad lady, and she showed me that salads can be more than just lettuce, tomatoes, and carrots. She does salads with cauliflower, little tiny cauliflower florets, with broccoli florets, and then also you put some apple pieces and cranberries, like the crazes and that kind of thing in them. And then she shows you how to make your own like honey vinaigrette dressing. So I've been doing a lot of that. That contributed to some of my weight loss. I have lost about a little over 20 pounds. And I wanted to try to get back on track because, you know, Christmas is coming and I'm going to go a little bit berserk that particular week. But if I can stay on track until then and then get back on track after that, I won't do too much damage to myself. Or if I do, I can give myself grace and just get back on track. But so I bought these for salads. Now, here's the other thing. So I really like it that way. And I might just have that salad for lunch every day. Now, my husband, he can eat it a day or two, but then he's ready for some cooked food for lunch. So he says, so how would that work in a stir fry? Well, it'll work perfectly in a stir fry if I don't put the apples in the mixture, like in the whole big bowl full. So if I make up a whole big bowl and cut up the cauliflower and the cucumbers, cut up the peppers, because I put red and yellow peppers in them, and I'll also cut up some carrots into them. And I'll put it in like a really big bowl. I'll show you. I've got this big salad bowl, and I'll make a big bowl like that. And that's enough salad for us, I don't know, probably for several days, maybe even for a week. But if I don't put the apples or the craisins in that big bowl, but just to put them on the side so you can sprinkle the apples and the craisins in your individual dish, then I can stir fry these perfectly. Now, I don't stir fry the lettuce. I haven't tried that. I wonder if you could, because there's like arugula and some other things in there. But I haven't tried that. But I could certainly stir fry the cauliflower, the carrots, and the peppers. So that's something that I've learned so that I can kind of make it double duty. We can have it for a salad and it can be chilled, or I can stir fry and then we've got some veggies on the side for dinner. So let me get this out of the way. And then other things that I picked up on the perimeter, they had raspberries. I think raspberries were like $1.99 or $2.99. So I picked up just one little carton of raspberries and strawberries, one little carton of strawberries, so that I could have my nuts and berries without any problem. Also bread. We have been out of bread and I didn't bake any. So thought we had some in the freezer and then we didn't. So I picked up a loaf of bread and we like whole wheat bread. This is a pretty nice brand. And then since I made so much jam and jellies, I wanted to pick up some English muffins. I love the Thomasville English muffins. So sometimes when I'm counting those points, I'll just go ahead and say, okay, I'll have an English muffin with some jam in the morning. And maybe I'll have tea, which I can drink sugar-free, and we'll have that. So there's that. Okay. Oh, and I just thought of Jerry Butler, Barber. She always would kind of tease me for saying there's that, because I see that all the time, and I just thought of her. So just to remind you guys that Jerry's daughter is missing. Her name is Cadence. You've probably seen a picture of her on Instagram and different places. I'll put a picture up into this live stream somehow. Once I'm done, I'll try to figure that out. Or at least I'll put a link to it in the description box. But while I'm thinking about it, let me just pray. Oh my God, Lord Jesus, please watch over that family and let that baby be returned safely home to her family. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. All right, well, one of the things I think that as parents that we worry about is something happening to one of our children and her daughter's missing. We don't know where, we don't know why, but let's all put out that prayer that she's returned home safely. Okay. All right. So the last things over here that I got were just kind of mundane kind of things. Just little odds and ends that I needed. For example, I was out of dish soap and I need to get my order from the Grove Collaborative in, but in the meantime, I wanted to pick up some while I was there. And so I picked up the Green Dawn. I wanted the Clear Dawn, but my grocery store never carries the Clear Dawn in these bottles. I can buy it in that bottle where you just kind of spray it on things, and plus, here's the other thing. I got green hand soap on my counter, on my kitchen counter, so I wanted green dishwashing liquid to match it. I know it's a little bit too OCD, but I just wanted that. And then I picked up some sponges because I like yellow sponges in the kitchen. So these have like a little bit of a scraper on the back. These are the heavy duty pack. And I like these yellow sponges in the kitchen. I don't like other colors of sponges in the kitchen other than that kind of a coconut color that I can get from the Grove Collaborative. Those are the two sponges I like in the kitchen. I just associate that with the kitchen, and any other color sponge is for cleaning in other places in the house. It's just a quirk that I have. So I made a point to get some sponges yesterday. I needed those. And we were out of crackers. And since I was making this soup, my husband likes crackers or like crunchy bread or the chips. And so since it was a tortilla soup, I thought we'll have the chips today. But I picked up some Ritz crackers and then some premium saltine crackers to go with those. Oh, and these are whole grain. I didn't notice that at the time, topped with sea salt. So I needed these crackers because we were just out. I've been making lots of soup, so we've been using them up. Kroger's had these black beans. I think it was like $2.79 or no, it's $2.79 or something like that for 4, which made them less than $1 a can. So I picked these up. I use a lot of black beans in soups and then in my salads, like the salad that I was telling you about from the salad. Maybe I'll put garbanzo beans or black beans in that, give you a little extra protein. And then I picked up some of the Ben's original rice. Now this one is the roasted chicken, and I always get at least 2 of the roasted chicken. And they were like $2.39, $2.49 a pack. And then they have this coconut jasmine, which I've not tried before. So I picked that up. Now I will make rice myself. I've got like pounds and pounds and pounds of jasmine rice, the basmati rice and all of that. But my husband is not about to try to make that. So if he's making dinner, and he will make dinner often, or he will make himself a quick lunch of like some fried fish or whatever, he likes to have rice with that. And so this is something that he can fix relatively quickly. You put it in the microwave, it's in there for 90 seconds, and you've got delicious rice. So I always have to have some of that on hand. If I plan ahead, I'll make a big pot of rice and then just have it in the fridge so he can work from that. But I didn't do that the last week or so. And then Kroger's had an end cap that had some lovely, lovely looking teas. Look at this. This is the Twinings Winter Spice Tea. It's got sweet apple, savory cinnamon, cardamom, and clove spices. I just thought, oh, that just looks delicious. And this will be nice for us to have maybe a cup in the evening where we're kind of cozying in. And I will admit, guys, last week, I just got the urge for some chocolate chip cookies. It's like I was on a search in C's and there were no snacks anywhere in the house because, of course, we used them all up or I haven't been buying any. Do you know, I got out my mixer, I got out my goodies, and I made some chocolate chip cookies. They were delicious. I've got this cookbook, the Magnolia Table, that, what's her name, Joanna Gaines did, and I used her chocolate chip recipe. It was so good. And I kept thinking, this tea or hot chocolate, but this tea will go deliciously with some cookies. So there's that. So those are all the groceries that, oh, forgot these. Picked up my Christmas pies. I always like to get a Marie Callender pecan pie. And then my daughter likes cherry pie. So I also got the Marie Callender cherry crunch pie. And these will go in the freezer and they will stay there until Christmas. And then my daughter-in-law, who is a baker extraordinaire, will bring over some other desserts. She usually will bring over some banana pudding, some caramel, like turtle cheesecakes, and a few things like that. Oh, so now that I've showed you the groceries, let me tell you something else. So, oh, I forgot to show you this. I needed some more dishwasher tabs, and I like to use the Finish brand, so I got that. So those are all the things that I got at Kroger's. So now one of the other things that I wanted to tell you about is that Apron Diva is hosting a secret Sunday sale. It is a secret Sunday sale for our YouTube subscribers only. And you would use the code secret sale at checkout. It is giving you 20% off of your total purchase price. This is one of the aprons that's on sale. This is one we call Julia. And I just love it. It has such a vintage vibe to it. So this is one of the ones on sale. But we also have, well, I guess it's not on sale. Right now, we don't really have things on sale. But for those of you who are out there who are watching as my subscribers, you can use my code secret sale and get 20% off on your total purchase. Now, I wanted to show you this. This is one of our best sellers. And this is the Christmas truck. And it's one of our best sellers. It's been one of our best sellers for the last 2 years. But let me show you the best part. So I went to Hobby Lobby because I wanted to pick up just one more item of Christmas decor. Now my husband was like, look, we don't need any more Christmas decor. And we had already had this conversation about how much decor we had. He said we need to pare down, we have too much. And I'm like, I just need one little thing to go in the hallway. Well, look at the one little thing that I found. It's a Christmas truck. And look, it goes with this. So I was just like, oh, so that means on Christmas Day, you know, I'm going to have this hanging right here in the kitchen so that everyone can see it. And this will be my apron that I'll be wearing. Now, my daughter will probably be wearing some of my other ones, but isn't this cute? And so when I showed it to my husband, he was like, That's like that truck on your apron. I'm like, exactly. So there's that. So I have that. And then I wanted to show you this one we have that's unisex. And I'm going to start my 12 days of Christmas aprons tomorrow. So I'll be putting those on my community tab on Instagram and on Facebook. This is one that is unisex. They'll say, well, what do you have for men? Well, this one can be for men or women. It's unisex because it's that chef style and it's that tartan plaid. So you can consider checking this one out. And I think we've only got a couple of these left. And then we also did a very small restock on our Hanukkah aprons because we had a couple of questions about, are you going to get any more in? And we hadn't planned to, but since we had several questions about it, we did go ahead and just put in a small order for restock. So there's a few Hanukkah aprons left too. And this is one of my favorites. And this has been a show favorite when I've done those pop-up sales. They love this vintage look with this little gingerbread man. So there's that one. We call that one Ginger. This one is just a gift. So it says, take time to smell the coffee. So if you've got a coffee lover in your life, this could be one that you might consider getting. And I like the way the ties give you that hourglass figure. You've got your double pockets here. And then you can put it up or down as low as you need it. So there's that. And then here's one, two. This is one we call Jewel because it's got these jolly little trees on the front and they just remind me of little jewels with the buttons on there. So there's this one. And people say that a lot of our aprons look like dresses, and that's kind of like our thing here in Apron Diva. We prefer those little flirty, skirty, girly type aprons, but we also have some of the chef style for those people that prefer something a bit more streamlined. And then this Christmas plaid is just absolutely lovely. This is probably one of our skirtiest ones for the Christmas holiday. It's that tartan plaid. And you can see it gives you generous coverage, so their one size fits most. So there's that. And then this is our last Christmas one that we have. And this is one we call Molly. And it's got your little peppermint stripes at the top. And then, of course, you've got your generous skirt and your contrasting pockets. So there's that. So I wanted to show you guys that. So again, we're having our sale. It's a Secret Sunday sale. So those of you that are on live, or if you catch the replay, will get the code, which is Secret Sale. Just put in Secret Sale for the code at checkout, and you'll get 20% off on the total purchase price. So now let me come around and sit down, and we can talk about the other announcement that I have. And I can see who's on and start saying hello. So let me do that first. Let me go through and say hello. So yes, RY. I think that's our Anderwill is on. Oh, and she says your work is valuable and celebrated. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. You know, I've just been thinking a lot more and more about that. So I'm glad that you said that, because one of the things we've been talking about at church, the past theme that our pastor's been working on, is about having a calling and, you know, doing what you're called to do and all that kind of thing. And one of the things that I do enjoy doing is mentoring young homemakers and sharing information and news with them. So I'm glad that you feel like that what I'm doing is valuable and should be celebrated, and I will continue to do that. But the other thing that I've been thinking more about is that right now homemakers are so stressed. I was looking at a video the other day where this particular homemaker was talking about her husband had lost his job, and so she was getting food from the food bank and different things like that. And I just thought homemakers are just in need of love, support, and prayer. So one of the things that I'm going to start doing in 2024 is just offer prayers of love and support for all of the homemakers out there. We are all in different seasons, different situations, but we all need support in some way. So I'm going to start doing that. So thank you, Arwie, for saying that my work is valuable and celebrated. And I'm hoping that when I do say just a simple prayer for the homemaker, that they'll be appreciated. So there's that. So now let me see. Felicia Feed. Hi, Felicia. Good to have you here. And then Morningstar Homestead. Hey, hello. Glad you joined us. And Susie is here. She said she's glad she checked in. And yes, ham and maple syrup. I've got going to do like a ham and a brown sugar glaze. That's what I'm going to do. And then Sally at Covington Creek is here. Hey, Sally, glad you could join us as well. Tam from Duncan Party of 6. And Joyce says, oh, I love your aprons. You encouraged me to wear them. Yes, ladies and gents, wear your aprons. You know, it doesn't do you any good to have this really cute apron, but it's hanging on a hook and you never put it on. So I did a video the other day and what was an Instagram clip. And what I showed was that before I go to the sink or to the stove, I put on my apron. I have it hanging on a hook right here in the kitchen. And then when I come in, I just take it off the hook, I put it on, and then I walk over to whatever it is I'm going to do whatever I'm doing. So yes. Let's see, where are we? Cinderella 23, I'm glad you're here today. You know what? Now, Sally says blackberries are in Kroger for 99 cents a pound. There was not a blackberry in my store. I didn't think to get a rain check. I looked on the end cap. I looked everywhere. No blackberries. But you're right. A rain check. I'm going to get a rain check. I'm going to go back and get a rain check because there wasn't a blackberry in the store. They were out. Joy Edward. Hey, Joy. I'm glad you were able to join us. You know what? Sometimes when I come on early like this, that allows you guys that are much further away to be able to jump in. And then Crafty Scorpio. Happy holidays. Yes, I haven't seen you for a while. Oh, was that recipe better than the Nestle on the chocolate chip package? She's asking about the recipe that was on Joanna Gaines' chocolate chip recipe in her Magnolia Table cookbook. I can't say it was better than, but it was very good. And I just wanted to try it. And it was very good. And it wasn't like super, super sweet. They were nice and chewy. I loved them. So they were good is all I can say. And then I've got Florence here. Hey, Florence. Hey, ladies and gents, if you guys need help with productivity, if you need help on getting organized with your paper, your mind, and just trying to get some things organized for work or projects at home, you guys have to check out Florence's channel called Equip Institute. She did a masterclass Friday on just how to help yourself get better organized. And I'm going to watch the replay because there were just so many things she talked about that was really helpful. And one of the things that I said to her was that I'm all over the place sometimes. I'll put stuff in this notebook and stuff in that notebook, and I'll try to be digital. And she talked about using the system that works best for you. So I will link that show in the description box, like once we're all done. You guys have got to check it out. Hello, Lisa Aiello. You know, Lisa, do I know you from Flying Lady Cat? I think I do. Well, welcome anyway. And then there's Yolanda Randall. Hello, Yolanda. So it's good to have all of you guys here. I appreciate you guys joining me. So now let's talk a little bit about some of my announcements. So first of all, I already talked about the secret sale, the secret subscriber sale. So when you put in the code, let me just type it in there. Yes, Lisa Aiello. She knows me from Fly Lady Cat. So secret sale is the code. So if you want to get 20% off total purchase, check out this sale and use the code secret sale. It's Sunday only, so it's today only. And then the other thing is, I want to do a Zoom call where I talk to at least 100 of my subscribers to find out what are the things that you need, what are the things that you want to see me do for 2024. I'm working on my 2024 calendar, and I thought I would do this Zoom call. And so if you want to participate, and it's going to be free, so if you want to participate, send me your email address, and then I can send you the link for the Zoom call. It's going to be either later this month or the 1st of January. But I don't want to put you on my regular email list, because then I can't sort you out from who wanted to go to the Zoom call or not. So send me your email, and I will put my email address here, this and that, with Denise at gmail.com. So send me your email, just send it there, and just say you want to be on the Zoom call. I'm also going to post this information about the upcoming Zoom call on my Instagram account. And if you're on Instagram, you can just DM me, which means, for those of you that don't know, that means direct message me. There's a way you click on the little message thing and just put Zoom call in the DM, and then I'll know that. But you got to put your, well, if you DM me, I can send you the information through Instagram that way. So let me know if you want to participate in that. Let's see. So Lisa Aiello and I, we both are mentored by Fly Lady Cat. Fly Lady Cat is on every Monday live about 10 o'clock. And I always make sure to jump on unless there's something else going on, and then I can't, and then I catch the replay. But I thought that name sounded familiar. There's a code for our secret sale. So Joy says, I'm so caring. Joy, I just feel like right now the world needs a lot more caring. We just need a lot more caring in the world, a lot more hope, a lot more love and care. So I'm hoping that and I have to figure out where the prayer is going to be, but I'm going to try to put the prayer in every video somewhere, just as to offer a prayer for homemakers, because some homemakers really struggle. Okay. Oh, that's all the comments. All right. So there's that. So I mentioned the Homemakers Zoom. Now, tonight at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time, I'm going to be on live with Creatively Miss Me with Stephanie, her YouTube tips show. I'll put the link in the description box so that you guys get the right one. But I'm going to be on a panel with 9 other YouTube creators, and we're going to be talking about end of the year goals and stuff like that. So if you're interested in hearing what some of my goals are or whatever, I would love to have your support. So I'm going to be doing that. And then tomorrow at 12 noon, I'm going to be on Lunchtime with Leona. I'm just feeling like so in demand right now. But I'm going to be on with Miss Leona at Lunchtime with Leona, and we're going to be talking about having a stress-free holiday. So we'll be talking about stuff there. So be sure and check us out. Leona's usually my co-host on Wednesday, but I'm going to co-host with her this Monday. And then, let's see, Saturday at 2 p.m., Leona is hosting a progressive dinner. So for those of you who don't know what a progressive dinner is, it's where you start out at one home for like maybe the entree or the main dish. And then you go from house to house and you pick up different parts of the meal there. So we're going to be hosting a progressive dinner, and we're going to start out at my house, where I'm going to be making that Christmas ham you guys saw me purchase. And then we'll be going to Leona's house. She's going to be making a turkey. And then I'm not sure of the order right now while I'm talking about it, but I'll have it in the description box of the video when I upload it. But Stephanie at Creatively Miss Me with Stephanie, Dee from Dee Lovely Life, Clarissa from Clarissa Coward, A Cozy Lifestyle with Clarissa Coward, Michelle from My Everyday Wife Life, they're going to be in the progressive dinner as well. So we'll be making a stop at each of their homes, and we'll be checking out some of the main dishes or side dishes and desserts that are relevant to their family traditions. So that should be a lot of fun. So tonight at 6:30 Eastern, I'm going to be on Stephanie's show. Tomorrow at noon, I'm going to be on Lunchtime with Fiona. Saturday at 2 o'clock is our progressive dinner is going to start. So that should be fun. And then I've got some happy mail. So let me show you what I got. Well, first of all, I got my first Christmas card in the mail yesterday. And this one is from Miss Leona and her hubby from Ebony, Ivy, and Time in the Kitchen. But then you guys have got to see this. Look at this. Is this not beautiful? It is a legacy journal. You know, we were just talking about creating legacy journals on my Homemaking with Purpose show not too long ago. Miss Leona had shown how to make some, and she was making a couple for her granddaughters. And then look at this one that Debbie Johnson sent to me. It is just lovely. So you can see, you open it up here. And then when you get it opened up, you can see that it's like you've got this journal tucked inside. So she's got like pins that are there. And then there's like a table of contents that I could put over there. But then I've got all these note pages that I can use for either a personal journal or I can use for that legacy journal. And that is one of the things that I wanted to do, was that legacy journal. So I'll be able to do that with this. So Debbie, thank you so much. She has sent me some really nice handcrafted items. And this one is handcrafted. And the note says, handcrafted for you, Denise, from Debbie. So Debbie Johnson, thank you so much. You will be getting a thank you card in the mail. Funny thing, one of the things Pastor talked about church today was home training and things that you learn that you need to do and that kind of thing. And one of the things that my mom always taught me was, you send thank you cards when you receive gifts. So I wanted to be sure to do that. So there is the happy mail. So those are the things that I wanted to share with you guys. So RY says, booked and busy, a happy problem to have. And yes, that is a happy problem to be booked and to be busy. So I'm looking forward to being on those different shows. And they're all with women that I know and like a lot. So that'll be really fun to do that. So I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me for this grocery haul and then checking out my announcements. And just let's have some fun this holiday season. Let's send out God's grace and blessings and just be kind, be nice to someone. And not just for this 30 days of these high holy days, but for all year round. All right, ladies and gents, I will see you tomorrow. Well, no, I'll see you tonight maybe, but if not, then I'll see you tomorrow. Whenever, I'll see you next time. Bye.